Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Claire McClinton from Flint, Michigan. We refer to ourselves as Flintstones. And I belong to a number of organizations, community organizations, political, radical organizations. I am a retiree from General Motors. This is a General Motors town, so I'm a UAW member. I'm a member of the Flint Democracy Defense League, a organization that grew out of the campaign to overturn the emergency manager law. I'm a member of the League of Revolutionaries for a New America. I'm a member of the coalition of groups here that work with education and civic, things like that. So I'm affiliated with a lot of groups.
Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about growing up in Flint?
Well, growing up in Flint was a experience of being in a city where the auto industry reigned supreme. When I grew up, the UAW had fought the good fight. We're the home of the great sit-down strike. So the union had been established when I was born. And I am a member of a family of, my mother and father were auto workers.
Claire McClinton. A couple of issues. Number one, the previous speaker don't know what the hell he talking about. And we get tired of that old trope about
mess it up.
Claire McClinton. A couple of issues. Number one, the previous speaker don't know what the hell he talking about. And we get tired of that old trope about free money. People want free money. The people that need the money are the people that built this city. They worked at General Motors. They retired. They need home repairs. They need home rehabilitation. They're living on we're living on limited incomes. And you all need to stop twisting things. Nobody hollered about free money when Ashley Capital came down here. I hate to keep beating that dead horse. Nobody was talking about free money when Community First come down here. And that's just a lie that ARPA money cannot be used for home rehab and rehabilitation. We need to put a resolution and a motion on the floor to add $16 million for home repair and rehabilitation. Simple as that. And on the issue of the students who came here from Palestine calling for a ceasefire, I would be very excited if this council would take up such a far-reaching resolution. Nobody's talking about the free monies being sent over there for the war, but we can't get the tubs off the roof. Now, this council, unlike the reputation that our city has for social justice, the sit-down strike of 1937, the open housing ordinance of 1968, these are historic events to advance the human condition. I'm going to be anxious to see, will you pass a resolution for the ceasefire to advance humanity? Humanity is not your strong suit. Lastly, and I hope I got some seconds left, we need a resolution, thank you, we need a resolution for a special order to investigate the sale of 190 properties of our residents.
Thank you.
Thank you. From the attorney, you need to
Is there
investigate
anyone
that.
else who wishes to address the council?
And with that being said, we got Miss Claire McClinton on here. I call her Auntie. Activist, community leader, water warrior. How you doing, Auntie?
I'm doing fine, and thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate it.
I've been waiting on this. Me and my partner Dante, old school, Dante Goodlow. He got a
Yeah,
podcast too. And
yeah.
we respect you so much. You know what I mean? We seeing your public speakings and your podcast and stuff you did yourself. We like you was the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I want to give you your flowers and highlight you in the Black History Month.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm humble.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We glad to have somebody like you in our city. You know what I mean? We glad to have somebody like you. Hey, Miss Claire, I'm gonna hit you with we got a couple of Black History facts. What happened today, February 10th, 1989? We got Ronald H. Brown gets elected as the national chairman of the Democratic Party. On this day, the then 47-year-old influential lawyer became the first Black chairman of the Democratic nominee committee. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
I remember it now that you bring it up. I had forgotten it.
That happened today. In February 10th, 1989. And we got and today is George Washington Carver's birthday. Remember the black guy that invented the peanut butter?
Yes, I do.
Yep. And I just want to throw that in there, being
All
Black
right.
History Month.
That's all good. It's
Yes,
all
ma'am.
good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But today we talking about you today. We got you on the bill today. Let me think. Let me see what we got. Let me see. Okay, we just gonna get into it. Miss Claire. What's your take on the tiny homes in Flint? They try to put our veterans in them tiny homes. What's your take on that?
Well, I don't know much about the project that's going on here. I do know that there's a tiny homes movement going on around the country. And I myself, I have to look into it more. I'm not against the tiny homes myself, if they're done right. Some of these tiny homes I've seen online, they look really, really nice. So, if you just gonna have a shoebox up there, a warehouse, I'm not for that. But there are tiny homes out there that I wouldn't have a problem moving in one myself. The project that's here, I don't know. So much goes on out of our sight. And so we're going to keep an eye on that and look into that.
Yeah, I had posted the other day on my Facebook page. I found they got a community. They got a community of tiny homes. They said some in Detroit. I'm gonna go check that out myself personally. It was the one I had showed was down in Austin, Texas, and it was like I'm talking about it was a million of them. They was all the same size and I don't know, but I did some research on them, Miss Claire. Their water system is garbage. Um, their electricity is iffy. It's like you get the steam heat, which I
Mm-hmm.
mean for a southern state that's straight, but in Michigan that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just I don't agree with. They say they started 30,000. You know what I mean? You could get a nice home for 30. They say $30,000 to $60,000. Man, you can get a nice home between $30,000 and $60,000. I mean, it's a lot of stuff I agree with and don't agree with the tiny homes. But
Yes.
you know what I mean? We like you
Y-
say, we have to look into that. I just
Yeah.
don't want that to be Flint's future if it's you know what I mean? If it's not going to benefit
Yeah.
us, you
Yes.
know.
They can make something sound good and it turn out to be garbage. I agree with you on that.
Exactly. That's what I don't want to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. What's your take on that trash contract that I heard allegedly? Dennis Pfeiffer said it right here on my platform that it's going to lead us into emergency management again. That's what he said.
Yes, and he did bring that up at council before they voted, and
Okay.
they voted for it anyway. Why would you vote for something that's going to take us into bring an emergency manager or bankruptcy?
Exactly. Right. Right. That just
Um,
makes no sense.
and I'm very disenchanted with our council because uh, not only are they passing these contracts that's financially uh, uh, bad, but they also giving them so much money. It's a 5-year contract to 2028. Why would you give someone a contract till 2028 and you gave them I forget how many millions of dollars they gave them in tax abatements, but they
Okay.
also gave them $2 million of ARPA money. How
Wow.
many roofs could we fix with that $2 million? And I
A
remember
bunch. A
at the
bunch.
meeting, when Eric was still there, that's another black eye on our city that he's not there. But he asked them, he said, well, why don't we do it for 2 years and then come back? They said they didn't want nothing to do with that. They didn't want to do that. So our council is just, they always talk about, well, we trying to do the business of the city. It seemed like the business of the city is business. It sure ain't us, the people.
I agree with you because I think, uh, actually, I think it's a bunch of too many different personal agendas down there because, like you say, they a body and they supposed to take care of the business for the city, not individual. They guard that money like it's they personal off their pocket. You know what I
Yes,
mean? And
exactly.
like what I'm saying, they're like it's coming out of their pocketbook and their wallets. You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly right.
Yeah,
And
that's.
yes, and we're sick and tired of every time a business or a big entity, a big business priority, Ashley Capital, Community First, when they come down there, they just give them whatever they want.
Right.
And we have to beg, plead, raise sand and everything else. And we still can't get, not one roof has been fixed with our money.
Right. Not a doorknob or nothing. I was
Yeah,
riding
like
through the city.
Miss Big say, not even a doorknob.
I was riding through the city the other day, and man, you know what I mean. Like some of the blocks are what you would call. I don't mean to offend people, but some of the blocks, some of them houses are blight. I just face it. They like crumbling, falling apart. Like the driveways cracked up. Like you said, it's tarp on roofs and the porches falling in. Man, the north side, man, look like between ML King and North Saginaw Street. Some of them blocks over there look like the terror dome that went through there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's pitiful, man. That north side don't get nothing. We get scrolls out, man. And that goes back to say they like when they suspended Eric, they silenced the whole war. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes,
The deep, you know what I'm saying? The north side, basically the north side of Flint, Michigan, man. And
yes.
I don't know.
They knew goodness well that as they see the bulk of a lot of this ARPA money is being spent while Eric is out. They don't want that voice down there, the voice of opposition, the voice of the people. They want that out. And they sent a shot across the bow when they censored Tanya Burns and Jerry Winfrey Carter, as if to say, you're next.
Right.
And
Man.
other council people have did things far worse than them, and they have not even been reprimanded or anything. So if we look back at the big picture, what few voices we do have speaking on the behalf of community is being silenced. And we have to step up and defend our leaders.
Agreed. They, you know what I mean? I hate to say it, it's just a lot of, and then see, it's a lot of racism going on down there too. Eric points it out all the time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's just like it's Eric on a different council, but it's the same results.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's the same results.
Mhm.
I got a shout out to email. I got a clip of Eric, man. When they, I think it's, well, you know, he's been in jail numerous of times, messing with the council. It's one of the times. Hold on a second.
Okay.
This is going to come to a head. Yeah, I'm positive, 100%. Man, you got that, no. That's terrible.
We will take a 5-minute recess without objection.
Wait a minute, officer, what you wearing this mask for? The Black Lives Matter? What the? No, wait a minute, officer. All right, you can be like, all right, sit down. Sit down.
Don't interfere.
All right, sit down. Hurry up.
Relax.
Well, they take you to jail.
You may will, but you can't interfere with this,
All right, sit down until they take you to jail.
I'm on that. The voters offered me the chance to be elected, offered me equal opportunity to speak my mind and represent them. They don't dictate my right to speak. The freedom of speech is a constitutionally protected right. It's also a right up on our city charter. Discrimination based upon political orientation and race has no place in our society.
Any last words?
I hope a good lawyer, my last word, I hope a good civil rights lawyer come and help me remedy this repeated different treatment. My colleagues, it's obvious, they don't know the rules. And they're abusing the rules and taking it out on me for trying to speak my voice. And that's unacceptable. I look for anybody, from the ACLU to the NAACP to a good civil rights attorney, and this practice will stop. I'm elected. I have the right to speak and represent over 8,000 folks. When you hurt me, you hurt the people I represent. Unacceptable.
Who's gonna get you out of jail?
Well, we'll see. Right now, I'm gonna be representing myself, and I'm talking to Officer Metcalf, and Chief Hart. We'll see what happens.
And last question for you, do you think this is the best way to represent your ward?
I know it's the best way to represent my ward. My ward knows me as the voice of the ward. My ward knows me as a...
Man, Eric, man, I know Eric is tired, man. I know he's tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But only Eric would make a speech like that on his way to jail. You know what I mean? It's not a job to Eric, it's a passion.
It is.
You know what I mean? You know, they can say all what they want to say. Did you hear about they trying to get him for his GoFundMe? They sent it to the AG, the Attorney General.
Yeah.
Something. Did you hear about that? I seen it earlier today.
Yes.
What you think about that, Auntie? What you think?
I think they just gonna try to every way they can to shut him down. And we have to step up and continue to support Eric. Last year in April, when he went to court about those charges, disorderly conduct, he had that jury trial, and some of us went to his sentencing. And the judge, when she was giving her speech for the sentencing, she told the city council she wished she could send, first of all, you remember that the president of the council, Herkenroder at the time, lied on the witness stand and said she didn't give him permission to leave. And but anyway, when it came down to the sentencing, the judge told the city council she wished she could send them somewhere, because they're not doing what they supposed to do while they sitting up here charging Eric. And she actually gave Eric a tap on the hand, because she gave him probation. He could leave the state. He only had to report back to probation. And but she gave the city council contracting. She said, "You're the one who need to get some kind of counsel." And they step of the way for them stripping him of his powers, stripping the voice of the first ward. But at the same time, we got to step up our fight. We can't just sit up and let Eric do all the fighting. Community got to step up. This ARPA money is running out fast, but it's not gone. They want to say, well, the ARPA money gone. It's gone from one account to another, but it's still there. They still got
ARPA money?
It's like you take some money out your checking account and put it in your savings account.
Okay.
They took $40 million out of a separate fund and put it in the general fund. And so some people are saying, well, the money's gone now. No, it ain't. It's just in a different place. We still gonna continue to fight for rehab and rehabilitation. We got till the end of this year to fight for that money.
Okay.
And we're gonna continue to fight for it.
Okay.
And we've got to fight. And see, it's racism, but it's also classism.
What you mean by that?
Classism is a corporate class is taking advantage of the working class, the poor people, the working people who compromise black and white. Did you all hear Judy sit up there the other week and say only 4 or 5 homes in my ward is being rehabilitated? Well, why don't you vote for more money?
Right.
Her constituencies is poor people. So when you give these corporate people all this money and tax abatements and everything, that is money that we need to improve the quality of our lives, to repair and rehabilitate our homes. all we have is our homes. A lot of us don't even own our own homes, but a lot of us that do, that's our generational wealth that we want to pass on to our children and
Right.
grandchildren.
Exactly.
We
That you want to pass
don't
on.
have no
Right.
big trust funds to pass on to the heirs.
Right.
All some of us got is our homes.
Right.
Even if we don't have much money, we got a home
Got
to
a
pass
home.
on to the next
Got a roof.
generation.
Yep. Got a roof over your head. Yep. Yep.
And that's
Okay.
one of the reasons we're fighting for rehab and rehabilitation.
Okay. Let's move on. I got another question for you. Why this is a good question right here for you. Why do we celebrate a tragedy such as the Flint water crisis? We coming up on 10-year anniversary.
I am
Why do
so
you think
yeah.
go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I'm so glad you asked me that question. I don't know what to do. Because now that's a good example of taking something and putting a spin on it. That's the
Okay.
opposite of what it is.
Right.
This social media is a challenge because stuff can get out there. We are going on, and we will commemorate, not celebrate, commemorate. Commemoration is a time to pause and grieve and talk about how to move to the next step and all of that. We've had every year since the crisis began, we did something on April 25th. That's the day that the button was pushed.
Okay.
We some year, one year, a couple of years, we've been down to Lansing and had a protest. A couple of years ago, we went to Kersley Park on the east side. We had a commemoration of over the lives that was lost. Tony Palladino had just died. He was one of the most vocal, outstanding water warriors. And we always try to do something because and I've heard many people say when they go out of town, they think it's over. It's not over. We here know it's not over, but we got to come together once a year to declare the water crisis is still here. We have not been made whole. We have to pause and come together and say, we still don't have clean water. We still can't afford the water. We still paying the highest rates in the nation. We still don't have health care. Health care has been one of our issues we've been fighting for.
Right.
So it's not a celebration, it's a commemoration. And it's an opportunity to come together and remind ourselves where we at and how we gonna move forward.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because about the water crisis not being over, because I correspond with a bunch of people out of state, and at first when they find out I'm from Flint, the first thing they say, I thought the water crisis was over.
That's right.
I said no, and then this what hurts me though, Miss Claire. This is what hurts me. I gotta say, F Obama. I gotta say F Obama, because I say where y'all get that from? They said Obama came, brought the water, and said it was fixed. Remember?
Yes, indeed.
And then that right there, a black president. That's like that. He should lose some points off his legacy for that, because he didn't have to do that, because
that's right.
Because he was already did his 8 years. He was on his way out the door, Miss Claire. He was on his way out the door. I understand politics. I know how politics work. I know if he should have did that if he was trying to get reelected. I understand that. But I can't, as a black man in America, I can't never forgive him for that. And that's like a lot of people I encounter, they always tell me that Obama said the water crisis was over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He did. I couldn't agree with you more. He telegraphed the message that we was fine.
Yep.
That's what he did.
Hey, they
Ain't no
shot
ifs,
her.
ands, or buts about it.
Hey, they shot her all around the country.
Yes,
You
it
know,
was.
and they took it. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
credibility. First black president. You know, credibility. They took it and ran with it.
Yes.
You know, that's one thing.
He
If
broke
you,
a lot. He broke a lot of hearts in Flint that day.
man, my homeboy got a rap song. He said, "I love Obama, but I hate Obama," and I felt it when he said that. You
Mm.
know, he said he
Yeah.
came to Flint. It said the water was fixed. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right there. That's but Miss Claire, what's your definition of a water warrior? Give me your definition, because I've been hearing a lot of different definitions of a water warrior. I want your take on that.
Well, I think to some extent that we're all water warriors because so many people has been impacted by this water crisis and we still here. And everybody have their way of dealing with it. Imagine children being born in 2014 or later and never have had a chance to get a glass of water out of fountain.
Man,
Ain't that something to think about?
that's sad. That's sad. It's good. No water balloon fights. No, like you used to drink out of the water hose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On a summer day, cut the water hose on, one there like with some good cold water coming out the water hose. You kids can't even do that. They
Mm-hmm.
can't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to piggyback off what you said. Rich tell me this Rich definition of a water warrior. He said you had to go to Lansing or Washington D.C. Then I beg to differ because I didn't ever go to Nan one, but I was on Alma and Saginaw grinding every day, giving out food and bottles of water, cases of water. I even had water on ice for the people that turn the corner that wants bottles of water. So, and I ain't never been. I've been to Lansing before, but I didn't go for the water, and I've been to D.C. before, and I didn't go
Yeah.
for the water. But I didn't, I consider myself a water warrior from 14 to 2020 till they said it's time to go in the house for that pandemic. I was active. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I consider myself a water. I told Rich, that's my man at 50 grand. I said, Rich, you wrong on that one, man. You know what I mean? I said, I respect the fact that y'all went to Lansing and D.C., but everybody did their own portion for for fighting it. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I wanted to say I agree with your definition because when the crisis or we call it a disaster, when it first
Right.
broke out and it went national, people came from everywhere bringing water here. Those are water warriors.
Yes, ma'am. You ain't gotta live. You ain't gotta live here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's the people who have the humanity about themselves that want to help fix the problem. So I look at it as a way bigger. I remember one Saturday, I came home and I saw a big truck down the street and they said,
Mhm.
"Ma'am, do you need some water?" And I say, "Yes." And so they put 2 or 3 cases of water on my porch. I say, "Where are y'all from?" He said, "Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Yes, ma'am. They was coming from everywhere.
Chicago, and
Yes, ma'am.
all over the place."
That's how I met Rich Jones. I had water coming from Arizona. I had
All
two tractor trailers of water coming from Arizona, and I reached out to Rich. I told him I needed help distributing and stuff, and that's how me and Rich, people. I done had people here from New York, Long Island, upstate New York, Buffalo, Ohio, Tennessee, California. You know what I mean? Like you say, water wars are worldwide. It
Yeah,
ain't just, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got some brothers out of New York. They Haitians. Project 845. Never forget. they called me. They didn't know me from a can of paint.
See?
They seen I was giving water away on Alma and Saginaw. They reached. That's why I say social media can be a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
This time it was a gift. So they reached out to me. But just so happened they knew my cousin. My cousin knew one of their affiliates, and we all on the phone. We planning what we gonna do. We don't know these guys from a can of paint. My cousin knows some of their people. Man, you know them brothers pulled up with 2 U-Hauls and 2 U-Hauls of water, and a bunch of love, man. We to this day we brothers.
Good.
You know what I mean? And they came and we went. I think it was the day they had the thing going on at the water plant. If you can remember, it was a big thing going on at that water plant. It was that same day, and it was just the dudes that just broke like a month before then. And anyway, all I'm saying is saying all this to say that water warriors are worldwide.
That's right.
So
100% agree.
Shout out to everybody that came to Flint, Michigan, and brought us water. But the only thing I was worried about, I said, once we get out of the hype, once we stop trending, that's what I was worried about. I was worried about Flint 6 months on down the road, 7 months on down the road. You know what I mean? I was worried about them a year later, type of thing, and I was right. You know, we faded out of the limelight, and now this is where we at right here. You know what I mean? 10 years later.
Yeah, and I agree that we have a lot of that should have happened that haven't happened. But I also want to say we have to also, as meager as the victories might be, we have had some success, because you know why? Because when other communities is going through toxic water challenges, they look to Flint. What we did, how did we fight in order to fight their fight? And a lot of them are saying we could be the next Flint. Flint is like the poster child for toxic water around the country, and it has inspired communities around the country to step up and get their water cleaned up. So for that, we can say Flint contributed to that. People who never paid attention to water would have did that. And we was also through the courts able to get the lead levels was permissible. In Michigan, we tamped that down. It used to be 15 parts per billion was acceptable. Now they done tapped it down. I don't know what it is, but we have made some headway. And we still waiting on, of course, we still waiting on our money. We still waiting on clean water. And we got some other issues to resolve. But we done gathered a lot of experience fighting for clean water. But I couldn't agree with you more. Water Warriors is worldwide.
Miss Claire, I'm glad you brought that up. Do you think we ever gonna get our checks?
We'll get them.
I mean, we gonna...
That's a good question too.
Right.
We're gonna get them, but they're not gonna be what they should be. They're not gonna be what they should be. And I don't know when we're gonna get a check. Honest to God. It's stuck down there in the federal process.
Man, that's crazy.
It is. It's just a shame. We have been betrayed. You spoke about Obama earlier. Our governor and the attorney general, they done either sold out or incompetent, one of the two. Ain't no, it's either incompetent or you're a traitor, one of the two.
Hey, that was by design, Auntie, because if you remember, what was our other AG name? Shooty?
Yeah.
Shooty. Okay, if you remember now, follow me now. So they got whatever happened with Shooty. So they got Dana Nelson come in. Think about what I'm saying. From design, she said we throwing everything out.
Yeah.
We starting from scratch. See what I'm saying? It was by design. Then they went down there and got Kilworthy. Man, it was just horrible, man. It was like they did that to get Snyder in the clear.
Yeah.
From design, like she was brought in like she was a Snyder plant type. You get what I'm saying? She need to go. She need to go like ASAP.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She need to go. Now they didn't send Eric Case down there the GoFundMe thing. So I wonder what she gonna do to him, man. They just sent it to the AG.
Well, we have to brace ourselves to raise hell.
Right.
If they pursue that. That's all it is to it.
Right.
We just gonna have to raise some sand.
Right.
That's all we don't have no choice.
We got to stand for something. We can't keep falling for anything.
And we cannot allow our leaders to be wiped out of their leadership roles.
Exactly.
We can't do that. We got to stand up for our leaders.
Right. Hey, I found this old clip right here, Miss Claire. Check this out. You might see if you remember this moment right here.
So he just out here to agitate the vote. He just out here to agitate the vote.
Shoot me, kill me.
Why don't you just go away?
No, I ain't going away. This is the city I was born in.
You're agitating.
This is the city I was born in. I'm not going away because y'all want to be disrespectful. I'm not going nowhere. Y'all disrespectful, you're ignorant, and it's a fact.
You remember that, Miss Claire? You remember that?
And I said, where on earth did he find that at?
Hey, Auntie, I be searching in the archives. I do my research.
You sure do. That's one thing. Hats off to you because you be finding stuff.
Yeah, I go to the archives. Auntie. Yeah, I said she probably get a laugh out of that, a kick out of that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, man. Hey, Auntie, what's your take on the blight department?
The blight department. Well, I know you are aware of. I had posted an incident about a month or two ago. My neighbor across the street, she happened to be my cousin as well, and the blight department came along and took all her belongings off of her porch.
Yeah, I remember that. Because I inboxed you. I asked you what was going on with that situation.
You sure did.
Yes,
and they had all those new SUVs, brand new SUVs lined up, and they had that dump truck, and they had them guys was over there taking stuff and putting it on the curb, and then this dump truck had that big crane that could go down and pick stuff up. Up a couch or anything and throw it in a dump truck. And I was like, what on earth? The blight department need to take care of blight and leave people's personal stuff alone.
That's right.
They riding around here taking stuff off of people's porch. They putting tickets and stuff on people's cars that's parked in their driveway and towing them away. And is that what that's not what our blight department is for?
No, it's not.
And why don't you go? I can show you not even a block away, trash and stuff at a vacant house. They have not went down there and used no truck to get that mess.
Right, but they steady messing with people.
Yes.
Personal property.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Man,
I mean, it's not too many things that here in Flint that you would believe that we the people have something to say about it.
Right.
We just abuse, the blight department, they use tickets, it's a money grab, putting tickets. You got a ticket because you got that on your porch, you got a ticket, you got a car, an old car in your driveway, here's a ticket, we gonna tow it. That's not what blight should be.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but Hopefully they get it together, Auntie. They hope they get it together.
Well, that's up to us, That's gonna be
Yeah,
that's
we
our
got
calling.
we got to keep our foot on. We got to keep our foot on their neck. You know what I mean? We
Yes,
can't. But you know what? Half the stuff that they do to Flint, Michigan, they would never even think about doing it in another city. You know what I mean?
absolutely right.
It's like okay, we're gonna go get rich off the poor people of Flint. We're gonna go mess over the people of Flint. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna like that stuff they did. Man, I wish they would have did that. They did that in Detroit. They would have tore Detroit up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They wouldn't have stood for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In Flint though, we don't raise no punks or none of that. We got great athletes, we got talent and everything.
Absolutely.
I don't know what's wrong with the people when it comes to politics. It's just like we get like we just get in the corner and be quiet.
Well, in my view, we have been so beat down. The industrial base that kept afloat is gone. We got the water disaster, then we got COVID, and I think the people is just a little bit overwhelmed, and they don't. We just kind of like.
We've been through it. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot. Not only, I'm saying not only did we have a national disaster or whatever they want to call it with the water, we did, like you say, they come back with the pandemic on us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we beat down. We beat down. You know what I mean?
We're down. We're down, but we're not out.
No, we're not. We strong. Flint strong.
Because
one thing I say about
you said it best. We just ain't that kind of city.
Yeah.
We don't take that stuff.
Yeah.
We got too much of a rich history of social justice. We have created the middle class. Did you know that during the height of when the unions were strong, Black people in the city of Flint was among the richest workers in the world.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We was known. Flint, Michigan was known as one of the top middle class cities in America, the whole United States. That's why I'm here, Auntie. I'm a GM baby. My dad, bless his soul, he just passed last week. He come from Louisiana to go to work in the factory. My mama come from Alabama to work in the factory. They said they had signs down south. Work in Flint, Michigan. You know what I mean? I'm a GM baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My mom and dad both came from the South to work here. That's how they met. You know what I mean? Like you say, we was one of the top middle class cities in America. You know what I mean? That's what I understand about the water, Auntie. I grew up in Beecher.
Mm-hmm.
You already know. You know the story about they used to talk about Beecher water. See what the difference is between Beecher water and Flint water right now? Beecher just got well water. It got minerals. It's got minerals and stuff in it. It's just nasty. Flint water is poisonous. You know what I mean? Flint water get you sick. And I used to take water. I used to go stay weekends with my dad. When I go home for the week, I used to take gallons of Flint water home with me. You know what I mean? Because what Flint has some great water. The only other water was better than Flint water, in my opinion, was Lansing water. Lansing had some great water, and Flint was right on their heels. We went downhill. I don't understand it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
No, but
we had some. We got some big billionaire people, investors who were trying to take over the water.
Okay.
Water has become a moneymaker. They call it the new oil. And these investors and Wall Street people like JP Morgan and Wells Fargo, they are going around the country and the world trying to invest in water to make profit off of it.
Wow.
And that is how we got into this water situation.
Man, that's crazy.
They're trying to steal the water and sell it back to people for profit.
Something God gave
And
us.
that let me just put a footnote on that. That's why we pay the highest price for water in the nation.
Okay.
Because what? Because only 40%, like if you take $1, only 40 cents of it is going toward the water. 60 cents of it is going to pay bonds. Bonds. We're paying rich people the bonds from that new pipeline, the KWA.
Right.
But we have to get into these things, Terrence, because we got to understand who the enemy is. What are we fighting against?
Okay.
Once you find out who the enemy is and what you're fighting, then you can get on the path to victory. But as long as you being deflected off of this Tom, Dick, and Harry and circular fighting squad that we got going on down at council and stuff like that, and this and that. No, let's get to the real problem, because every council person on there that's down there can step down today. That is not going to change your water bill.
Exactly.
Why? Because they not coming together and fighting the real problem and the real enemies.
Okay.
We dealing with yes, it's white supremacy, but it's corporate white supremacy. It's the corporate people who happen to be white that's milking the system.
That's the first time I ever heard of that, corporate supremacy. I'm gonna have to put a footnote on about that. I understand what you're saying, though. I understand exactly what you're saying. That's you know what I mean. That's what's happening. What you just said.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. I don't mean to cut you off, Miss Claire, but we running short on time. I want to play this game right quick. I got to get this game off.
The game.
Hey, we're gonna have to come back and do it.
I know about that.
Hey, Auntie, we're gonna have to come back and do a part 2. But look, right? So the game is called Would You Rather. Politically, we ain't talking personal. Politically, okay. I'm gonna give you two names. And you gotta get. Hey, I'm telling you, it's not personal, y'all. It's politically. Okay. All right. I got some good ones for you too. You gotta pick them. You can't plead the fifth, Miss Claire. You gotta pick them. Okay. Okay. All right. It's past people and current people. All right. Maurice Davis or Juantez Davis.
Maurice Davis.
Okay. What's her? Mouchette, Kansas Mouchette, or I'm gonna go back. The lady she replaced, Hulker Rucker.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Come on. You gotta give me an answer. Okay,
I have to say Candace.
Okay. I got a good one. No mail. We running short on time. Okay. I got one for you. I already know what you're gonna say though. Eric Mays or Dennis Pfeiffer?
Eric Mays.
Okay. Tanya Burns or Jerry Winfrey Carter?
Jerry Winfrey Carter.
Okay. Lydell Lewis. You hear what I said? Lydell Lewis or Kim Worthy? I'm not kidding. What the Worthy chick? What's her name? Eva Worthy.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I got some good ones for you.
Eva Worthy.
Okay. Quincy or Shotgun and Judy?
Quincy.
Okay. Weaver or Neely?
Weaver.
Okay. I know you remember this. Joe Wilson or Swan?
Who?
Joe Wilson, Uncle Joe. Remember the sheriff? Yeah,
Woo.
Joe Wilson.
Wow.
Joe Wilson of Swanson. Yeah, I told you I got some good ones.
Joe do. Oh my gosh. You got it. I'm gonna say Wilson.
Okay. Remember you remember our Bush?
Yes.
Or Lathan?
Bush.
Okay. Chief Green or Chief Johnson?
Woo.
Yeah, I got you. I told you I got you.
You got some good ones. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I have to say, oh my gosh.
I got one more for you after that. A good one.
Okay, I have to say, I guess Johnson.
Okay. Fire Chief Barton or Fire Chief Wiggins?
Barton.
Okay. You got through it, Auntie. You got
you had me sweating on those.
You got through it. Hey, you got any closing remarks, Auntie? What you want to? You got look at matter of fact. Look into the camera, Auntie, and tell the people, tell the world who you really are. Who Miss Claire McClinton really is.
Claire McClinton is just a average, everyday Flintstone. And the story that we tell as African Americans, since it's Black History Month, is that our families migrated from the South to come up here to what we call the Promised Land, getting good jobs with good pay, taking care of your family. There were 7 of us children in our household. Both my parents worked for General Motors. We never spent a day hungry. Never. We had the good life. And so that is the story of most of us in Flint. That's a very common story. And that's who I am. And I have been raised, and Terrence and others, we was raised up where a fight took place in 1937 to create the good life for this entire community. And we're going to get that back because we is a fighting machine up here in Flint.
Can you hear me, Auntie?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but hey, I appreciate you. We're going to have to do a part 2 one day soon. I had a good time. I'm following you. I'm watching your every move. I love what you're doing. I like your activism. I like your community involvement. All that. Keep doing what you're doing, Auntie.
And you keep doing what you're doing, because we don't have no voices in the media for any of us. And I love the fact that you got this platform so we can keep up with what's going on. So you keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate that. Hey, y'all already know I'm going to say, we speak for the streets. These white people, they playing chess, they ain't playing checkers. We going to make the hood great again. We ain't going to make America great again. We'll make the hood great again. And we out of here. I'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks again, Miss Claire McClinton. I'll call her Auntie. We out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Thinking to myself like, what the fuck is going on? Asking God for help like, what the fuck I'm doing wrong? He ain't giving me no answers, I figured it out myself. Got tired of asking questions, I'm tired of looking for help. Man, I can't win for losing, I'm steady taking these losses. Had to bury greed and chinks, same week, 2 different coffins. Man, that shit'll traumatize you when it ain't trying to. Everybody shedding tears, you